Please be advised that everything in my video is purely for entertainment purposes. These are purely my thoughts and opinions and are subjective. I must advise you to please do your own research. All media users found on the public domain and are fair use and fair dealings.
So I'm back. I've pinned the hair up, a little bit of a hot flush going on. So as promised, video number 2. Yes, if you are joining me on this video, please make sure you checked out my earlier video, which I did same day, same outfit, talking about the rise of the Cambridges. So Cambridges up here, Sussexes. So now I can talk about it. Obviously, Wednesday was Harry's birthday. And how did the couple announce their huge charitable endeavours, which everyone was saying Harry's going to be promoting some sort of cause? Yeah, they were promoting themselves. The shock, the shame, absolutely unbelievable. Yes, they have got the front page of Time's 100 most influential people. I mean, who nominated them for that? Seriously. But gone are the days. I remember Meghan when she did the Vogue edit with Edward Enninful, and she actually released a statement, or she got someone else to state it. I can't remember. But it was Meghan didn't want to appear on the front of Vogue magazine because it would be too boastful. She was fine before she got the engagement ring, and she's now fine and quite clearly happy being boastful. But this was actually said, and it wasn't too long after Catherine had appeared on the front page of a magazine. So it was a real bitchy kind of childish swipe, wasn't it? Going, oh, well, I think that's boastful to do it. Well, you can't get much more boastful than this photograph. Now, I'm going to start with the serious stuff before we get on to the intimate details and that hair. And you don't know which one I'm talking about either, do you? I know. Right, so I have to rein it in a little bit. I've got a funny feeling I might get a little bit giggly on this one. So Meghan, our very own self-declared humanitarian and philanthropist, is posing in no less, I think it was $445,000 worth of jewellery. And there is one particular item in there that has been picked up as questionable. And that is a certain pinky ring diamond, yes. I mean, who wears a diamond that big as a pinky ring? That's like an engagement ring diamond. And what is this? Rings on her fingers and bells on her toes? How much jewellery does she want to wear? And that's the thing, it's not like she was posing casually with her hands in her trousers, or, I don't know, holding her husband or anything. No. But she's like a catalogue pose, isn't she? That's me going, rings on my fingers. I know, there's me like that. It's like, yeah, but I like crystals and this is all costume jewellery. And I'm not saying that I'm a humanitarian dripping in that much money. So this little pink earring, $62,000 worth of diamond ring. It's been picked up that it was actually designed by Lorraine Schwartz, and it was made from diamonds that Meghan was gifted from the Middle East. See, that straight away reminds me, do you remember the big blood diamond earrings that got all plastered everywhere? Meghan was given a gift by the Saudi prince of dripping, beautiful chandelier diamond earrings. I mean, they were phenomenal. But it was round about the same time where said Saudi prince was also being accused of, well, there was a certain journalist that ended up in multiple pieces. It's pretty brutal, and I have to be careful how I say it on here. But Meghan was advised, because she was a member of the royal family at this point, to not wear them. But she went against it and she wore them. And then when it was picked up on, Meghan got her team to lie and to say that they were loans by the Crown. So it actually turned out that she was basically trying to go, oh no, even though I was told not to wear them, now that I've been caught out, I'm going to blame someone else. Well, something very similar has happened here. As soon as the pinky ring got picked up and people were saying, oh gosh, she's wearing blood diamonds again, her team said that actually the stylist, yep, £62,000 ring, she just had it in her back pocket, or he had it in his back pocket, gave it to Meghan on loan for that photo shoot. Okay, so many questions arise from this. But firstly, okay, so the stylist lent it to Meghan, so why is she wearing it on her birthday video, 40 by 40, and why is she also wearing it in 2020 when they did this particular photo shoot? If you're going to lie, you've got to make sure that there's not photographs on the internet. So anyway, the journalist went back and said, well, actually, this ring is quite clearly not the stylist. They've since come back and said, oh, we thought that you meant the ring on her other pinky finger. And then refused to say anything about said Middle Eastern diamond pinky ring. So it was like they tried to backtrack, got caught out, and they tried to what, U-turn? Oh, we thought you meant the other ring. Really? So one diamond solitaire ring, you thought it was this weird little zigzaggy ring. I mean, if you're gonna lie, people, get it together. So next big question to arise is, how did they bag that? Well, quite a few people. I love the comment section of the Daily Mail. It's absolutely a source of lots of information. You don't know how much of it is true, admittedly, but this actually does logically make sense. For $1.5 million, that can buy you the front page. Yeah. So there's lots of people saying that they actually bought it because they're trying to restyle themselves. Obviously, these humanitarians, charitable people. They'd apparently bought it. Now, I don't know if that's true, but that to me is a lot more logical why they're on the front page of it. Harry and Meghan, who are literally only really notorious because they trashed the royal family on Oprah. Their star wasn't as big in America when they went there as people like to make out. In fact, it seems to only been social media. I've had lots of information from various people in America and Canada and said they weren't even really on people's radar until Oprah. But to say they're in the top 100 most influential people, it's criminal almost, isn't it? So speaking of Daily Mail comments, Rob Tonto actually explained that Time magazine is actually owned by Mark Benioff. Jen on Twitter also pointed out that Mark is also a sponsor of Global Citizen. And I decided to have a little sleuth of myself because I thought, could this Mark Benioff, would he know the Netflix owner, Reed Hastings? So just did a quick Google search and bang, here they are together. Obviously, this isn't a recent photograph, and I'm not saying that they're sitting here plotting about Harry and Meghan, but it's funny the link that he obviously knows the Netflix owner. So it makes you wonder, are they buddies? Are they pals? I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. Because that's the whole thing, isn't it? I guess it's a small pool of sharks that are all swimming around, all these big CEOs of these huge companies. But it's so weird with Harry and Meghan being on the front page of this. But now that they are actually the stars of the Times 100 magazine shoot, maybe it gives them something to talk about on their next Netflix show, if that ever happens. Now, not only have we got the front page, we had several other photographs that look like they are catalogue modelling. But one of the other things that has made people really gag, and this just goes to show the cringe factor with this couple, their friend who runs World Kitchen, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, I do apologise, that makes terrible reporting, doesn't it? But I'm filming now, I can put it in at the bottom of the screen. But he literally wrote the most cringe-worthy gumph about them. He said that Meghan and Harry feed those affected by natural disaster. They turn compassion into boots on the ground. And that the couple don't just opine, they run towards the struggle. What they do, part the tides as well? I mean, come on. They're feeding people in world disasters. What, because they gave a little bit of a donation to people that are volunteer? Absolutely. How can people put this? But the running towards the struggle gets me. The only thing we've seen these two do is run away. They might run towards someone's checkbook, but that's about it. Now, what also flagged up, because I was doing the Cambridge video in quick succession to this, was Prince William when he was handing out that award that I said about those 999 heroes, those two ambulance workers that were stabbed. He actually turned around and said that he admires them because they run towards danger when others would turn away. Now, funny enough, the next day, we've got Meghan and Harry run towards the struggles. It's like Meghan was sitting there with a little notebook and went, right, da, 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 da. And it was all the buzzwords in there. I think she probably wrote it out and emailed him and said, right, this is what I want you to say about us if you want another donation from Archwell. But it was just vomit-inducing. Now that we've got the more serious questions out of the way, let's dissect these photographs, shall we? Because this has been destroyed from the UK to Australia to Canada. Chat show hosts, people all around the world have been laughing at how ridiculous this photograph is. Okay, so a few of the things that have come up. I have to point out that quite a few people, when this initially was released, thought it was satire. They thought it was a joke because it was that ridiculous. Firstly, why is Harry dressed like a stage prop in the background? They've literally put him in black next to Meghan, naturally in white, Virginia White again. But they've also done the background, you know, fades of oranges and greens to match Harry's newfound hair. But he fades into the background, doesn't he? Apart from like the flash of the blue of his eyes that have suddenly been highlighted so blue, they almost like look like they're laser beams. But aside from that, he just blends into the background, and he is very much in the background. First of all, the first thing you notice about Harry is, why is his head so small? And I wasn't the only one to think that, because lots of people on Twitter have been absolutely destroying it. And this one particular Twitter user here has pointed out the fact they've taken the measurements. Meghan's head is the exact same size. Harry, they've literally shrunk his head to make him pretty much smaller than Meghan. Where is all that hair? Harry's literally got a toupee stuck on his head. Meghan is wearing about 3 people's worth of hair. They've shrunk Harry. Not only have they blended Harry into the background, they've shrunk him. And he's doing some weird creepy thing where they're not equal partners here. This isn't a romantic pose. This isn't like them side by side taking on the world. This is very much Meghan with her man-spreading power pose. I'm sorry, but they say it's a power pose. Meghan stood there, one wearing gigantic pants. Her pants are so big, and this isn't me making a weight dig. It's just that the picture is out of proportion. That Harry looks tiny. Bear in mind, Harry's probably like a foot taller than Meghan, and she's just got these gigantic pants on. And it's like, are they trying to say that, you know, she wears the trousers? Is actually someone just taking the piss out of them? Because it does look ridiculous. Harry's kind of creeping around, and quite a few people pointed out he looks like a child posing with his mother, or Harry with Diana. Yes, once you see it, you can't unsee it. How creepy is that? Meghan is front and centre. There is no partnership here, and some people have pointed out, because narcissists do this, Harry is really in the devaluation stage where she's just basically ridiculing him and getting ready to dump him. But I can't help but think there must be some truth to that. First of all, she's got him juggling outside the window, and now he's like sitting down on the wall behind her as an afterthought with his head tiny. What is that all about? They've completely photoshopped his hair on, and it looks absolutely ridiculous. You've got a couple of other photographs here. She looks like she's trying to be Victoria Beckham. I mean, it looks like, if you just squint your eyes quickly and had a quick glance, she looks like Victoria Beckham. Apart from Victoria wears that outfit really, really well. Meghan with this pose, this wide leg pose, which is being touted as a powerful pose for a woman. She looks like she's just come back from a 48-hour cattle drive. She got off the horse and that's her natural stance. I've met plenty of CEOs and powerful women in businesses and stuff, and I've never seen anyone stood there like that. She literally looks like they've taken her off the horse and dumped her there. Meghan in white, like she's some sort of saviour. That is just unbelievable. Again, I've read so much stuff with people absolutely destroying it on Twitter. They've got pictures here where they're saying he looks like her hairdresser. And he does, doesn't he? He's got the mirror up in the background and he's saying, oh, do you like your haircut, madam? Do you like all of those extensions that I put in your hair? Would you like some more extensions, madam? Harry's and Meghan's like hair reminds me of when you used to get like the magazine cutouts. And I know some of you would get this. You get the little girl or the little boy, and then you cut out different things. You cut out the hat to stick on them, or you cut out the moustache to put on them, and you've got this great big wig for Meghan, which is absolutely shocking, and then stuck a little toupee on Harry. And the third photo got me. I mean, people have said they look like they're modelling the winter line for CNA, but what I had playing in my head was yeah, they look like they're walking through the set of Jurassic Park. What is that all about? And Harry's obviously got his height back and they haven't shrunk his head, but again, they've stuck a massive, great big mop of hair on him. And the memes just keep on coming. People are having a field day on Twitter with this, but you've got like, here you go, she's a Shih Tzu. You've got ones of looking like Bella in Twilight. You know, Harry just might as well have a bit of sparkle on his face or something. But I just cannot see, are they that deluded that they thought these shots looked good? Is there someone in Time magazine actually taking the piss with this? That's why they've given her so much hair. Seriously huge size trousers. And again, this is not me making any swipes to do with her weight at all. I would never do that. And then you've just got little Harry in the background. This is one of my favourite memes, little shrunken Harry, because that's basically what he is. He's been completely demoted. She would be nothing without him. And he's just like a stage prop. I'm sorry, but I just cannot believe, one, that anyone would nominate them for being an influential person. Two, how could anyone, when those final edits in the room were like, okay, this is the photograph we're going to run with for the front page, people were not pissing themselves with laughter. You've got Harry, the little boy, hanging onto his mummy's shoulder. Meghan wearing gigantic big pants. and doing her just got off the saddle power pose. Just absolutely, I'm lost for words. I am absolutely, for once, lost for words. And I would love to hear what you think is going on. Do you think someone actually believed that this looked good? Do you think she is just literally making him look a fool? Or are they both just so wrapped up in their own egos? I just can't make head nor tail of this. I don't know how it got there. I don't know why they did it. Why has she got that much hair? Where did they get that toupee from? Yeah, I'm bamboozled. So that's it. I'm out of ideas now. I would love to hear your thoughts on this one. Come back to me and I'll be with you guys very, very soon. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care for now. Bye.
If you like my video, please remember to like and subscribe. Please, angry typist, you will be blocked, so save your fingers the time. If you would like to buy me a coffee, please go to my About page and click the link. Love, Taz.